Hello everyone, this is the report of Group 1, Virtue Ethics. These are the three following members. Topic, Virtue Ethics. First member, Kayi Malo Delicano, and the second member, Erwin Sasan, and the third member, of course, it's me, Dave Artajo, and we are the Group 1. This presentation consists two authors, Sir Leslie Stephen and Aristotle. Sir Leslie Stephen once said, morality is internal. The moral law has to be expressed in the form be this, not in the form do this. The true moral law says, hate not, instead of kill not. And here comes the ancient Greek philosopher and scientist, Aristotle. Aristotle once said, we are not concerned to know what goodness is, but how we are to become a good man. For this alone gives the study of ethics its practical value.
And these are the Greek roots of virtue ethics. The origins of this theory date at least back to Plato and Aristotle, derived by three concepts from ancient Greek philosophy. Ariete means excellence or virtue. Phronesis means moral wisdom. Eudaimonia means happiness or flourishing. Virtue ethics is currently one of the three major approaches in normative ethics. And you know what normative ethics means? It is the branch of moral philosophy or ethics concerned with criteria of what is morally right and wrong. And it is formulate human rules that directs what a good human should act and how to live your life. Here comes the three major normative ethical theories. The first one is the person, which is the virtue ethics. And of course, the action of that person is what we called deontological ethics. And the last one is the outcome of the action of that certain person is what we called utilitarian ethics. Virtue ethics believes that universal moral value is possible but has two different approaches: the utilitarianism and deontology. Utilitarianism focuses on the goodness of consequences and doing morally good actions because it can bring the greatest amount of action. The deontology focuses on the logic of the moral action and doing morally good things because they are the right thing to do. How does virtue ethics differ to other ethical systems? Virtue ethics focuses on what makes good person rather than what is a good action. And both kinds of virtue ethics gives us a guide on how to be a morally good person rather than guiding a person what are good actions to do, just like other system teaches. Aristotle defined happiness as consists in achieving, through the course of a whole lifetime, all the goods, health, wealth, knowledge, friends, etc. that lead to the perfection of human nature and to the enrichment of human life. Aristotle, as ancient Greek philosopher and scientist, is firm believer of virtue ethics. And he also believes that to be a virtuous person is the goal of ethics, and assumes that genuinely virtuous person act in morally principled ways to express the moral goodness. Aristotle created his own theory of the virtues. In Nicomachean Ethics by Aristotle, virtue is categorized by moral and intellectual. In the intellectual virtue, it requires a great deal of formal instructions, while in the other hand, moral virtue includes qualities such as being temperate, just courageous, compassionate, courteous, and friendly. And what is the golden mean of virtue? The golden mean of virtue is a moral philosophy that is based on the concepts of temperance or moderation, self-discipline, and balance. For example, the virtue of courage is a mean between the two vices of cowardice and foolhardiness, where cowardice is the disposition to act more fearfully than the situation deserves, and foolhardiness is the disposition to show too little fear for the situation. Courage is the mean between the two, the disposition to show the amount of fear appropriate to the situation. The golden mean, under the vice excess, are foolhardiness, shamelessness, wastefulness, vanity, boastfulness, promiscuity, flattery, and buffoonery. And under the virtue mean are courage, modesty, liberality, proper pride, truthfulness, monogamy, friendliness, and wittiness. And under the vice defect are cowardice, bashful, stinginess, undue humility, sarcasm, celibacy, surliness, and boorishness. And you strive for the golden mean. Virtue ethics is the theory that moral goods involve acquiring a virtuous character. Virtues are either moral or intellectual. Moral virtues involve acquiring a character through practice, by ingraining habits or dispositions to act well, making good choices, practicing good habits, and acting well all involve good moral judgment. Good moral judgment, good actions, and a good character ultimately make a person happy. They lead to the well-being of the soul. Here are the problems with virtue ethics and a golden mean. Although the golden mean approach has a certain common sense appeal, it's an approach that also raises serious questions. For example, if the ideal virtue, the main state varies from person to person, situation to situation, how can we know for certain if we are hitting the mark? Being virtuous is a difficult and complicated process, according to Aristotle. Take something like generosity. What is the golden mean? The ideal virtuous state. Giving the right amount to the right persons and the right time and for the right cause. It's no wonder that he ends on the cautionary note that it is rare and laudable and noble to do well. And here comes another problem when applying to specific moral dilemmas. One of the perennial criticisms of virtue-based ethical systems is that such theories provide no guidance on how to resolve an ethical dilemma. In Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics, precious little is said about what we are supposed to do. One would think that ethics should be, at least to some extent, action guiding. Aristotle's answer seems to be, do what a good person would do. But the question arises, who is the good person? And how will we recognize him or her? Aristotle writes as though the right action is that intermediate or golden mean between two extremes, but it is often difficult, if not impossible, to determine how to apply this. In summation, virtue ethics has problem of application. It doesn't tell us what to do in particular instances in which we must need direction.
And that's what virtue ethics is. And this is the group 1, na nag-iwan ng isang kasabihang, stay home, stay safe. Bye-bye!